Hooray. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to do a quick set of announcements for folks who I haven't been able to see yet. So today or tomorrow for my B-Day folks, we're working on our projects. I would like to conference with folks in person as much as possible just to make sure you're on the right track. If you're not, I'll take a look at those benchmarks and I'll get that feedback to you on Wednesday. I want to give you all a little bit of info on the types of stuff I'm looking for. So you've got some direction going into your benchmarks. We're synthesizing a lot of information across the different body systems. That's a main theme that I keep coming back to in this class. And so when you're looking at stuff, sensory pathways, so vision, hearing, smell, taste, are going to be in chapter 17, okay? And it's going to have a lot of that information. They have vision, like vision, it has the vision pathway down towards the bottom of how the information flows. So that's a lot of the information that you're going to have. Same thing with taste, gustation. Sorry. Is your sense of taste. And so there's pathways there also describing all of that stuff. As far as where these different stimuli are being processed in the brain, that is in chapter 14. Specifically, chapter 14.9 right here has a bunch of stuff. Depending on what you're doing, you may be looking at one of the other ones that's talking about the cerebellum or the brainstem or something like that. So you'll need to be looking at those things also. For those of y'all who have the endocrine feedback systems like blood sugar and stuff like that, those are all buried in chapter 18, the endocrine system. Blood sugar has its own section 18. Adrenal glands, if you're doing the adrenaline system, that's section 6 in chapter 18. Muscles is back here, muscle tissue, chapter 10. We're synthesizing that information together. As far as the rubric, looking primarily at the, we're looking right here at the knowledge and thinking one. That's the one in the blue, okay? If developing for me is 70, it's going to be passing right here. You've gotten everything correct, but you're lacking a lot of detail, real broad strokes, okay? You're not giving me specifics of how action potentials work, for example. You're passing because you got it right, but that's it. The higher grades come in with the level of detail that you're giving me. So you're maintaining accuracy. Proficient is going to put you about 85%. Advanced is 100%. So if you want that 100, I'm going to need a lot of detail, okay? Action potential, muscle contractions, the structures that various stimuli are going through and stuff like that. Descriptions of effectors. You know, it's going to be tight, but it can be done within the time limit, but still hit all of those points that I'm looking for, okay? So be thinking about that. Less than developing is you're missing sections or you're grossly wrong. But that doesn't typically happen. So be thinking about that when you're going forward into this week before we do presentations later this week. Wednesday, we still have a day to work on this stuff. So be thinking about that before we go into presentations on Thursday or Friday. Please make sure you give me edit rights so I can make comments directly on that file, just to kind of make it easier as far as tracking the information and stuff like that. Your last day, if you owe me anything, this is corrections. This is, hey, I forgot to turn in those notes. Can I get those in? Just give myself a little bit more for my grade. That is Friday. Last day to submit any work to me is Friday. After that, I'm not accepting anything. I'm focusing on getting everything finalized so we can put our minds on the final exam and get that stuff going. As far as the final exam is concerned, it's open resource. So I would recommend organizing all your notes and everything like that. Maybe make up a couple of reference pages, suggestions for studying, processes. Y'all know I love processes, so make sure you got those down. Different layers of the skin, different systems. We talked a lot about how things work together. So within the cell, for example, the different organelles, how do they work together? Different divisions, so like axial skeleton, appendicular skeleton. Same thing with the muscles, right? Axial muscles, appendicular muscles, nervous system, central and peripheral, autonomic nervous system, parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system, those pathways and stuff like that. There is some identifying structures, but a lot of it is more process based. Okay, so have that sort of thing straight. It's going to be multiple choice. It's all through Echo. It's going to be 75 questions. You're going to have to take it within the time limit. Now, here's the big one. Okay, so make sure you're paying attention to this part. If you're not going to be taking it in real time, so either A, you're not going to be physically seated in class, or you're not going to be signed in to the Zoom. You need to communicate with Ms. Pappas and Ms. Hoover. As far as you need to let them know so I can get confirmation coming down that you're taking it asynchronously. I'm going to open it during that class block time, but then as soon as that class is over, I'm closing it. So if you're asynchronously and you're not taking it during the first period block or the sixth period block, I need to know that. You need to communicate with Ms. Hoover and Ms. Pappas, okay? So we can work out when you can open that up so I can make sure it's open. You take it, and then it's closed. It's going to be set up like the other tests. You go in, you've got your one shot to take it, and then it closes, and then that's it. Like I said, though, it is open resource, so take some time to get that stuff gathered together before you take the test starting next week. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Let me know. Please don't forget, last day to get work in is Friday. We're working on the project so we can get that stuff wrapped up this week. Send me questions. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing y'all pretty soon.